Yeah. Come on and pick up your phone. Incoming, I'm just getting home. Drama online shit is crazy. They talking about me, don't faze me. Come on, y'all, come sip that tea. Kick your shoes off and just be free. I'm tired, but I got a story, and this shit is better than Maury. Just comment, like, and subscribing, man, ladies. Just click online and make the views go crazy. Jay and kids, we messy, but that's what makes us sexy. We keep it real, cause we're the real deal. Hey sis, hey sis, hey sis, let's go, let's go. Hey sis, hey sis, hey sis, let's go, let's go. It's real, it's real, it's real. It's real, it's real, it's real. It's real, it's real, it's real. For real, sis? Yeah! Girl, where you been? Sis, have you seen the news? OMG, I can't believe he's dating her.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome.
Hey.
Episode 7.
I cannot believe we're almost to double digits.
Woo!
Ding, ding, ding. Hold on.
There you go. Okay, what the hell is that?
Yes, that's my wine glass.
Ooh, you gotta get the wine.
I had to throw those flowers in there.
You not drinking anything tonight? What the?
I'm not, no. Listen, new year, new me.
So that means you're not drinking anymore?
No, so that's why I had to hurry up and cut in. Not that I'm not drinking anymore, but I'm just going to probably focus on like drinking on the weekends, on my Friday and my Saturday, and maybe my Sunday afternoon, but not during the week. I don't know. Because because of the calories.
Is that what it is?
Because I like sweet drinks.
Okay. Do you drink sweet wines or?
I do. I mean, I drink shots, obviously. But, maybe that's not obvious. I'm saying obviously to you, Jay, because you know I drink tequila. Everybody else, now y'all know. But I've been like, sometimes during the week, I'll just drink like a seltzer. Okay. But the seltzers that I drink are really sweet. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You need to come up with your own recipes. And then you can make them a little bit healthy. Take out all of the extra and create your own.
I might have to do that.
A little in there.
Yep. That's what I used to do with my wine.
Okay. Make a nice sangria. It's a nice sangria.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to episode For Real Sis Podcast. You got your favorite duo here. I'm Jay, and this is
Kiss, K to the I to the Z. What's up, y'all?
God. So it has been a busy week. Oh my gosh.
And it's only Tuesday.
That's crazy. I was just telling Mom, I said, damn, the time is going so fast right now. Already. We're going to look up, it's going to be March. This is crazy.
I'm here for that, though.
Yeah. I mean, not me. Not yet. No,
I'm here for that.
You ready for it to just continue to just keep speeding up? No, I don't want
necessarily. It's not that, but weather-wise. Bring me spring. Even though I'm not even a fan of spring, but I will take spring and summer over winter and fall any day.
Oh, I love the fall. See, I'm in Atlanta, so you gotta remember our weather right now. We're in the 60s, right? I think we're like maybe right now, and I think we're supposed to get into 70s, and then I think next week we're back in the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, that's beautiful though.
Yeah, but I love the fall here is totally different than what it probably is there. You know, here, like I don't think I've had a jacket or a coat since I've been here. But when I went to Maryland for that little bit of time, I had to go buy a coat because here you don't need any of that.
But the leaves still fall off the trees and all that kind of stuff, though, right? Or
I think so.
Oh, shit.
I don't even think I've been paying any attention because the weather is just so nice here. Even like now, it's supposed to be winter. We may have maybe a couple days where we might go down to 30. And if it ever goes anything lower, it's in the middle of the night. Nobody's out anything.
Gotcha. So what was the temperature when it snowed?
When?
A couple years ago. Was you there then?
Oh yeah, when it snowed, it wasn't cold though.
Wow.
It wasn't super cold. And when it snowed, I didn't even have snow outside my house.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when I went into certain areas, you may see like maybe a coating of snow, but it was gone by the time the day. Like I went to work, and when I got to work, we were closed. And
because of the snow.
I was like, "What happened?" He said, "Oh, because of the snow." And I'm like, "What snow?" I was like, "What snow?" It was crazy. So that's what I learned then. Like, oh, okay, you want them little half an inch because we shut down.
That's right.
Everything. So yeah. So definitely totally different here, but I love it here. I would never trade it in terms of like moving to like another cold climate. Heck no.
Yeah.
I want no part of it at all.
Yep. I hear you on that one.
But we had because the last time we were on was New Year's, right?
Yep.
So wow, that's crazy. Yeah, the time is going too fast right now. We're what, the 6th right now, the 5th or the 6th?
The 6th. Yeah. 6 posting on we're dropping the video on the 8th.
Okay, so how was your New Year's? Because I know you guys.
It was so much fun as usual. We did a house crawl with a few of our neighbors. John, shout out to John and Butch and Miranda and Val and Allison and Brandon and Pebbles. She came.
Oh, that's
yeah, Pebbles, Ayana, Ariana, Jaja, Ziza, Hannah, their crew.
Oh, wow.
It was a lot of us. It was a lot of us all jammed up in each other's houses, having good food and drinks and laughter and playing games and dancing and singing. It was a lot of fun.
Well, how was the weather?
It was cold, but you couldn't tell. After you have enough drinks, by the time you get outside and walk to the next house, you don't feel the cold at all. At all. We get nice and toasty in each house.
Yeah, that's
so it was it was a lot of fun. Mommy didn't come this year because her boo thing had to work, so she didn't come. Renee was not feeling well, so she didn't come. Tony didn't feel like moving, so but it was still he didn't feel like moving off his couch.
Oh, what did he do? Nothing.
No, he said he didn't do nothing, but I bet he did.
I had a party.
Probably had some folks over. I get it though. Shoot. But it's the same thing I possibly would have did if it wasn't for the house crawl. Like with a house crawl, you ain't gotta drive nowhere.
Yeah, that seemed like fun though. And it's great that you guys are really cool like that. Y'all can.
Yeah.
I don't like nobody in my house. I'd be like,
yeah. And the thing is, it's once a year, so it's like, even though, we do go to each other's houses a few other times throughout the year, but.
No, I'll go.
But you don't want nobody in your house.
We can be outside. We can be outside.
Yeah, girl, now you really gonna be cold.
Oh, you have a fire
Ain't that much liquor in the world? I guess so.
Fire or be in a garage.
Yeah, that's still. Don't do no fire pit in the garage, ladies and gentlemen, please. Don't do it.
Not the fire pit, but I'm saying like the people.
Yeah.
Put chairs in the garage. Put a little heater in the garage. Put some tables and put like a long table in there.
Set your whole little thing up there.
It's better than everybody going inside the house. I mean, they can go to the bathroom, but not just like lounging and shit.
Yeah. Well, it was a good time. What y'all do?
Slept. Girl, I woke
up.
A good time I didn't realize it. I totally forgot. Like I was ready. I wasn't sure. Like I don't know what it is about New Year's that freaks me out. I think it's probably like just social media. Well, not really. Well, not social media, but I think it's just been since like 2000. Remember like Y2K? Ever since Y2K, I am like phobic when it comes to like New Year's Eve. I'm always thinking like is something gonna happen on New Year's Eve. Like I don't know why. So I literally like I put like something against the front door. I don't know why.
Because you just think people gonna start snapping out.
You never know. You never. I'm not no theorist, but I'm just saying, like, it's so wild now. I guess because people are making so much money on social media by like stirring up like these, you know, the hoo ha, whatever you want to call it, in terms of like,
The
oh,
hoo-ha.
you know how people. Okay, I don't know where that came from, but you know how like you get those influencers, right? They be online, they be like, yeah, this year it's about to go
Yeah, yeah,
down. You know what I'm saying? You be sitting there
yeah.
like,
Like the
it's about to go
rapture and all
down.
that type
You
shit.
know what I'm saying? Like, so in my mind, I be thinking, if anything gonna go down, I'm gonna be asleep. Yeah, that's how I feel. I'm gonna
That's
be
a huge
asleep.
disadvantage.
Why? I don't want to see anything crazy, and if somebody gonna wake me up, they're gonna have to wake me up.
No,
I'm
but
hoping
you're
that
gonna
they
wake
wake
up
me up.
dead. You gonna wake up dead.
No,
Or
but
you gonna wake up with somebody standing over you.
okay.
Oh,
I'm just saying.
I
You
need
want
you
to
to
see it?
elaborate. What you mean? Okay.
No, I'm saying like I can't. I'm not gonna fight anybody, so I'd rather just be sleep.
Why?
What you mean?
Why are you not gonna
If
fight
somebody?
nobody?
Oh, you said like somebody came in? Like
Yeah,
somebody
why
came
you got
in?
something against your door? Because you expecting somebody to come in.
Maybe. Yeah. Who knows? But I don't
Oh,
know
you
what I
better
would
fight them
do.
fuckers.
I don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I would fight. I'm not
Fuck
gonna be a
that boy.
fighter.
What you gonna do? Get thrown around like a rag doll?
I don't know. I'll probably just act like something's wrong with me. So
Oh my God. Okay, maybe that'll work for you. I love that for you. I love that for you.
I'm just saying,
No,
maybe. Like I could
nah.
probably say I'm pregnant, or I could be like,
You never know if it's somebody crazy enough to run in your house. They might get turned on by anything you say or do. You better off with a knife in your hand, girl.
I don't know, man. I'm just saying. I don't know. I keep a weight by my bed just in case.
Okay, I mean, I keep a knife too.
Nah, I'm gonna keep no knife. I'll probably
I will.
cut my damn self. But no,
Okay.
that's when I woke up. I did wake up at some point, and I went right back to bed. I think I got something to eat, and then went right back to bed. Yeah,
Mm,
I'm not with the shits when it comes to New Year's. I don't do
yeah.
anything.
Listen, any reason, like I'm so um extroverted. I think I'm like heavily concentrated as an extrovert when it comes to being with a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
So any opportunity to get with a group of people and have a good time, count me
You with
in.
the shits.
I'm
Yeah.
with the shits. I'm with the
I
shits
used
until I'm not. Because when I'm not, then you can forget about it. Don't even call me because I'm not answering the phone because I don't feel like it today. But most
that's
of the
where I'm at.
time, I'm down.
Yeah, that's where I be at. I just be
Mm,
tired. I don't feel like doing anything, man. I be so exhausted that I just
yeah,
yeah.
I
But
agree.
I
I get it.
did, of course, you got TikTok. I did do a little bit of TikTok surfing, and
Okay.
I was looking, right? So there's this pastor. I think his name is Pastor Brian Jamal Bryant, and everybody's been
Okay.
talking about I guess apparently his wife had like some dress on. Um it didn't look revealing like that much to me, but it was very, very tight. And it looked like it was see-through, but it wasn't. It was like a nude type of, that skin tone
Under
or
like
whatever
a
it is.
lining underneath.
Yeah, but it was skin tone, so it looked like, and if you're curvy, it does look like very voluptuous. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so she got a lot of backlash about that. And and when I first saw it, I was just like, okay, whatever. I guess I'm just so different when it comes to um I guess the women and I guess the attire that you wear in church. I'm not saying that wearing like revealing clothes is okay in the sense of I wouldn't prefer, but at the same time I'm like, it's the new year, it's New Year's Eve, you know, who don't want to put on a nice gown, and you're female, you want to still feel sexy even if you're in the church. I think if you're going to church, well, you know what? But no, it was a gala. it was a gala.
But it was like a church gala.
It was a church gala.
So
but still,
I saw the dress, and I don't know. I think to each his own. Everybody is able to wear whatever they want. However, I believe there is a time and a place. And you have to think like she is also the leader of the church.
Okay, that part.
So I think it should, what she was wearing, she should have wore something that was a little more modest. She still could have looked sexy. Especially like she did have curves, or she does have curves, you know, and she could have ultimately wore anything, and it still could have shown her curves off if that's what she wanted to do. But to wear something that gives the illusion of like
being naked,
that I think is a little bit much for a church leader. I think it's a bit much, period, for a church event. Like, but again, to each his own. But as a church leader, I think that she should have wore something different. Save that for y'all's vacation.
I still feel like at the same time, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I've been in that situation before, right? And I'm gonna be honest.
You're not a church leader.
I know. But still, as I don't know how long she's been in the church in terms of like, I think they're newly married, right? I don't know if he gave her the bylaws of being a first lady or whatever the case, and what they look like. That's like me just today becoming a first lady, right? It probably would take me some time to adopt the lifestyle of being a first lady. I would never do it. I would never ever do it. However, if I just so happen to have
never say never,
I would never do it. I promise you, never.
Ooh.
Never. I have no desires at all to be in a position like that, because as much like I'm not a churchgoer in the terms of like I'm not in church every week or whatever the case. However, I still consider myself very like spiritual. Right? So I don't know. Like I could not imagine not being of the world in the sense of still doing things that I like to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like a lot of time with a lot of the churches come rules, things you can't do, things you can't do. And then they expect you to be in the church lifestyle all the time, like Bible study, this thing, revival. Like, nah, I could not.
You're always on. You're always on.
Right. So I would never want to do that to myself. I wouldn't even want to.
I hear you.
But I just with the church, like I've been in this situation where, and you know this too, because I went to Canaan before. I don't even care about putting them on blast. But
ooh, Lord,
but it was a church here that I went to, and I wasn't even thinking about going to church. I honestly wasn't, and but I was invited, right? So I went to the church. I'm thinking like, okay, I'll go. So I went to the church, and I'm like, okay, this is a pretty cool church. It was only like maybe 50 people. It's not a big church at all, right?
Yeah, that's good.
A lot of older people, and then you still have your younger crew or whatever the case. But then I started peeping things in the church. I didn't really say too much. I just kind of, you just sit back and observe, like, okay, what's going on in the church or whatever the case. So I'm like, okay, she got a crush. She likes him or whatever the case. And it slowly started coming out. Like, she liked the pastor. And, you just saw the, like, she was telling me, like, oh, this is going on over here. Like, tell me the mess. So I'm like, oh, okay, they got mess. But at the same time, I'm like, whatever. It's still small. I'm just going to mind my own business. But what I started noticing is that, and now I'm going to this church, and mind you, I'm wearing, because I think this is around the time when the girls threw away my clothes. So I'm wearing work clothes. That's all I have left, really, is work clothes. They threw all my casual clothes away. They threw everything else away. So all I got is work clothes. So I'm wearing work clothes to church, which means, and I do wear a lot of dresses at work, but I have to wear dresses that are below my knee. I can't wear
Mm-hmm.
dresses above my knee at work.
Mm-hmm.
They
Right.
would that doesn't even fly. And it's I'm only 100 freaking 10 pounds or whatever the case. I'm not big. I'm walking around with my clothes bust like my, that's not happening. However, when I did notice that I got the eye stares and some
Mm-hmm.
eyeballs, I'm like, that's weird. I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
it's crazy because I never would have expected this in that size church. That's the reason why I went to that church, because I'm thinking like, oh, it's a little old, cute little church. It's not even in a church. It's in like a building church, like
I
a
got you.
random place or whatever. So I was just kind of surprised, and I just kind of just kept it moving and kept doing what I needed, kept on trying to stay focused. But this one particular day, I never forget. I was sitting in the church, and the little old ladies, what do they call those? The mother of the
The
church
church
or whatever.
mothers.
Yes, she came over to me. I kid you not, and
Oh,
she had a little.
yes.
She said, I
Her
said,
little
oh no,
square.
no, it's bigger though. She said, here.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I'm not old. Like, I'm not going to put that thing on my face. Like, I'm good. She said, no, cover up. I said, and she put it on my legs and she covered me
Mm-hmm.
up. And I'm sitting there like, and it's so awkward because it's happening during church. So everyone
Yep. How
knows
about
now
that?
I've been scolded by the from this chick.
The mother, honey.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then mind you, the one girl that's, I guess she's into the pastor or whatever the case, started acting weird towards me too. She still was trying to be friendly, but at the same time, I felt like it was a friendly, like, I got my eye on you, bitch, type friendly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it was to the point that I was so not nervous, like nervous sound like scared, but I felt weird if he was speaking and I see him speaking and I'm watching, like I'm looking at him, because that's the normal thing to do, is to look at the person that's speaking to you. I
Right.
felt awkward, like I shouldn't be looking at him. So I found myself always turning to the other side and but trying to
Mm-hmm.
listen to whatever the case. So I just always just felt so awkward. And I just feel like a lot of time they can be a little bit more judgmental, and I feel like homegirl, the wore the dress, I feel like they didn't give her any grace. I felt like, okay, if this lady is gonna be the what do they call her? The first lady, I feel
Mm-hmm.
that there's always some committee. He has a pretty decent sized church. So it's not like a little bitty church like I was going to with 40 people in there. You have probably thousands of people that probably go to his church, that they could have poster a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
I don't
mean the church people? What are you
before
speaking in terms
before
of the?
before then before then
Gotcha.
there has to be some type of bylaw. There have to be things that
Okay. Here I go. I'm ready to play devil's advocate. You know, I get this from my husband.
okay, what?
Whenever we have conversations, he hears my point. He might even agree with it, but then he'll give the devil's be the devil's advocate. And
Okay.
that's what I'm going to do right now, because we're only speaking from one side, right?
Yeah.
What if they did?
Mm.
What if she wants to be this new age first lady? I don't know her. I don't know her background. I don't even know this couple. Don't even know really about any of this, except I saw the dress and, the backlash or whatever. But what if they did do this? What if that's a part? I don't even know if that's a part of what it's like for a first lady in a church. Do they do that for members, right? When you join the
Right.
church, honey, you got to go to these classes
That's
before you
right.
get your certificate. Certificate.
Yeah, right.
But what if that's what they do for the first lady? Like, okay, in case you don't know, you and the pastor are new here to this church or whatever. These are the bylaws. This is how you should dress. These are the things we expect you to do. This is how we expect you to act. This is what we expect you to say. Period. And she might be on she has a whole different agenda. What if? That's all I'm saying. You can continue with what you're saying. I'm just saying, what if?
That's probably true. That could be the case. It could be the case, but at the same time, but then you know what? Remember, Megan went through that same thing. She probably looked at the fact that she saw Megan go through that same ridicule. Remember when she went through it with Devon or whatever his name is? When Megan Good and her husband were together?
No.
The church, they condemned her a lot, about her dress, the way she dressed. They felt like it was very inappropriate the way she carried herself, but he continued to defend her. He would continuously defend her. So maybe she felt like, well, Megan went through this, so maybe I can still, do this myself and maybe still get the backlash, but at the same time, she
help break down the barrier.
You know what I mean? She wasn't canceled. She just, you know what I mean? Megan wasn't canceled for being dressed in that way because her man continued to fight for her, even with the congregation. Like, you're not going to be disrespectful to her or whatever the case. So they felt like, I'm going to still have that same, I still want to dress sexy, and perhaps my husband's going to protect me the same way that he protected Devon protected Megan. So maybe that's what she thought.
But did he? Did he have her back at all, or no? You haven't heard anything from him.
I believe he did.
Okay.
Because and a lot, and this is the thing though with these new age pastors, they're very trendy in terms of the internet. They're very known. They're celebrities now. But once upon a time, you was just known in the church and in your community, and that was it. Now with social media, these guys are like moguls. They're making millions and millions of dollars, and they're in the spotlight. They're not going to find the little average wife. They're going for like those, you know what I'm saying? Like the ones you see.
The candy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what they're looking for.
Yeah.
It's their image. It fits their image. And it's
and that probably gave her, in her mind, at the same time, the right to wear what she wore.
I was like, you ain't married for my cooking.
Hey! And I was dressing like this. Yeah, I was dressing like this before.
Like, I'm not going to change who I am.
Possibly, yeah.
So, but at the same time, again, I still feel that, we're talking about them right now, but this goes on in terms of the congregation. And that part is where I feel like I don't like. Because some people come to church, that's all they have. You never know. Like, what happened to the come as you are?
Come as you are.
Going out the window. Like, you got the up in there now. Like, it's just so different. And it's because people are not going to church no more with great intentions. Like, when I go to church, I'm going to church because I truly want to be there. Especially, you got to get up early. You got to go there. You got to pay to be there. Like, nobody's just going to church just to be going to church. But apparently, a lot of people are just going to church just to go to church. It has become like I felt like there were mean girls in that church that I went to. Girl,
every church. There's cliques. That's the thing I don't like about church.
It's crazy. And
it gets clicky.
It's crazy because a lot of people are going, like, if you truly, truly believe in, everything that you've been told, a lot of people are going to be lost based on their actions.
They're going to go to hell. That's what you mean.
Yeah.
They're going to go to hell.
They're going to go to H-E hockey sticks.
Double hockey sticks.
That. Because a lot of people have, I left that church real quick because I was like, I was uncomfortable, but I think the last straw was for me, was when you're paying your tithes, you're paying your building fund, you're paying you're paying all type, you're paying so many damn or like shits that when I got sick, those jokers didn't even come see me. Like, I was in the hospital. For me, I'm like, so what is the peace?
Exactly. And you know,
paying. What is that for?
You hitting a sore spot for me. Okay. Canaan Baptist Church. You hitting a sore spot for me.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what happened to our father.
Yeah, they did him wrong.
Yes.
As much
Christopher Bullock.
as much money as he put in, like he was going in the wheelchair. Like when he got in the wheelchair, he was still going to church. Anytime he got lump sums of money, he was giving it to the church. It was to the point that he was trying. They were about to get some bitcoins. He was about to drop some bitcoins on them. I remember that he was going to give them some bitcoins. And that's how he was so dedicated to them.
So dedicated. Yeah.
It
And
was
so giving.
Disheartening when he passed away. He was a member. They charged to do his eulogy. You know what I'm saying? Like
waited. I'm sorry. Not only did they charge for the eulogy, they sat at the church and waited for us to go bury our father and come back for repast. They waited. First of all, you didn't even come. Why wouldn't you come support the family of your member who passed? Number one. But you sit there in a chair waiting for our mother to come back to pay you your money. And while we gone, I'm gonna go ahead and go a little further. While we gone, y'all packing up repast food before we even got to eat it.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Terrible.
Terrible.
You should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm gonna say it again.
I was disappointed. I
still am. Because I only joined that church because of Daddy.
Yeah, me too. And they used to come to the house and play cards.
Play cards and drink their wine, didn't they?
Yes, they did. Fed them all that. They really looked at them as, yes, he was a pastor, but they still looked at him as friends. And
and they didn't reciprocate that. They saw him as $1. Give us our money, even though you helped us build the very fellowship hall that we're having repast for you in. Even though you helped purchase some of the appliances that are being used in the very fellowship hall that you guys are here to celebrate the life.
And that they probably were just disappointed that he was going because they still wanted money.
Yep.
And it's sad that we have to have this bad taste in our mouth, because I don't want to talk bad about the church, but it's just sad that y'all need to get it together. Because you never know how people are. Like I said, I was going to church. Your actions triggered me to the point that I said, you know what? I'm just going to take my chance out here in these streets, because I have no faith in what goes on in that church.
Yeah.
It's sad. And
it's very sad. I agree.
It's just sad. It's like, and when you're going through certain things, right? And this might be very cliche, right? Every time people go through shit, yes, they do go to the church, they go to God, because that's what you're supposed to do, right? And it's just bad. It's sad when they're not there to fulfill those obligations that they're supposed to. Yeah. I just feel like and it's crazy, because I don't know if it's not all churches. I'm gonna say that much. It's not all churches. The reason, and this is what I'm getting at. When I went through my cancer, right? I thought I was going to, go get treated, and I'll go right back to work and I'll be good. But no, long and behold, I had to be out of work for 12 weeks, right?
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, how's this going to look? So, of course, no one plans to get sick and be out of work. So I really wasn't prepared financially, to be able to sustain for all those months and still pay all the obligations, car, all that stuff, rent, paying all the $2,000. I'm paying a lot of bills. So this one particular month, I was like, everybody's like, oh, why don't you go get some help? Go to your church. They weren't nowhere in sight. So there was just one church that was near my house, and I reached out to them. It was a Catholic church, like some little Catholic church. They came, they gave me money, they did so much for me, and they did not ask me what denomination. All they asked me was, are you a part of the church? And I said, yes. They said, oh, have you reached out to your church? I said, they're not even thinking about me. So they said, we're going to make sure that you're okay. It wasn't a criteria. They just asked.
Sure.
And they did not say to me, oh, if we give you this, you need to come to our church on Sunday. Sure. No, they were just like, oh, here you go. Never heard from them again.
Yeah.
They did reach out to me just to make sure I was okay. Like, do you need anything? Do you need food? Right. Do you want us to come pray? You want us to come? Yeah. You know what I mean? So again, that wasn't even my denomination. And my whole thing is like, so do you see the trend on where this stuff takes place? And I'm not saying that it doesn't happen in other races, other cultures, other denominations. What I'm saying is that it's just sad that I could not rely on my own people to be there where I'm paying tithes. I'm paying every time I come to church. And they just weren't there. They all knew I was sick. They weren't there. You know, so again, and then on top of everything else, the shenanigans that was going on. But again, that's the reason why I just said, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm out. But there's a lot of people that's going through that. And that's my point, is that it's sad that people are walking away from the church, or they're home watching it online because they don't want to deal with the pressures.
Bedside Baptist, honey. Yes, indeed. Bedside Baptist. Yeah.
It's a shame. It's a shame. And now people are going to different religions. People are just not really feeling it, and it's what it is. People are, you know, at the same time, they're very judgmental about people, you know, if they choose to go in a different direction in terms of their faith. But you guys are the very reason why some, not all, but are some of the reasons why people are walking away. It's not that they're just walking away. They're walking away because they don't want to be dealing with the foolishness that's going on, or being judged, or, you know, it's just sad. Like, they can, you know, and again, I'm not saying all, just saying that the most judgmental people can come out of that church.
Yeah.
Because we're not living a particular, not all, like I said, not
I agree. Not all, you know, and I don't know. I always want to play devil's advocate, but I agree with what you're saying. And I think it all depends on the amount of time that you spend, right? Because the more comfortable you get in a place, the more comfortable that place gets with you. And then some of the flaws start to show, right? They get so comfortable, they don't care anymore, like, about keeping this certain image.
Right.
No, because I feel like that's the same way. Like, even when I initially joined Canaan, which was the last church that I was a member of, like, everything was like cool. Everybody was like, come on, let's, you know, whatever. Come on. They're embracing me. They're encouraging me, right? That's all I feel like is a part of the game. Quote unquote, right? Because no matter the church is a business. Even though it's supposed to be a nonprofit, the church is a business. And the sad part is when pastors,
it's nonprofit for us.
Exactly. And that's the thing. It's a shame when it gets exploited. And now you got a pastor that might be riding around in whatever. I don't even know what car to name, but flashy cars, like flashy watches. Like, I don't know if you're using the money the way you're supposed to, Pastor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And if you are, and this is the other thing, if you are, you know, abusing the money, at least put some money back into your congregation. In your congregation. Like, if your if you have families that are going through certain things, please, that's what money's for. It's to help them not have to go to other churches for help. That's crazy.
I agree. Yep. It is.
It's just sad, and it's like, now it's like, it make you wonder. I'm telling you, it just make you look at certain situations at, like, with the side eye. Like, every time they're having an event at the church, you're thinking like, I ain't going because I know they just want some money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like it's the more you come to the church, the more the basket's going to be passed, right? Well, they don't even know the basket no more. They're doing Zelle and Cash App and
That's crazy, are they?
yes, girl,
Wow.
yes. And there's no more you're
Well.
gonna throw that dollar in that damn in that basket. You're not throwing that dollar or 40 cents. You're not doing that anymore. You got Cash App, okay?
Right.
That's how we're
Right.
gonna do it.
Wow.
Yeah, and here's the thing with that. And the reason why they do that is to keep track of how much money people are paying as well. You know what I
Serious
mean?
chat. Yep. Yep.
Because
The
they
records are
name,
clean.
right. Okay, Joanne gave how much she did this week. So what you mean to
Or
tell me
this
she
month,
wanted?
right?
You know what I'm saying? So they're
Yeah.
watching. They're seeing by the end. Let me tell you. Here we go. You're in church. Just think about it. If you're doing everything, because a lot of churches is doing Zelles and all that stuff, right? So you're in church. They count the little money, but now everything is digital. Digital. They can see like, okay, we only made this amount of money today so far. You best believe that they're about to come out and do some more money. Like we heard the one pastor that got up and said he needed people to donate $10,000 or $1,500 or something like that. It was something of that nature. He
That
made
sounds
them.
familiar, but
He told them that I need this amount of money. Like told them.
wow. That's
And I'm
terrible.
like, that is awful.
And you know that again, that's where these leaders are out here exploiting their followers' faith. Like a lot of people, I'm not gonna say a lot because I don't know, but there's a good handful of people who are giving this money in good faith. Right. They're not giving it to you for you. They're giving it to you for God. Right. And I don't mean it in the sense of like the pastor gonna go give it to God, but right. in God's name. You know what I'm saying?
Like, so it's like for you that a portion goes to that's the your church, job. And it's your job.
Right.
We do know that it's your job. We do know that.
Yes.
But
yes.
So sign me up if a pastor's getting paid $1 million or $4 million a year. Okay?
Yes.
That's the problem is that where that happening.
Yep. Yep.
So I think that's the part
I don't know.
On.
Yeah.
Were you big on tithing when you were in Canaan?
I couldn't afford you 10%. No. And that was separate from offering. I put my dollar in my tithe envelope.
In the benevolent? You have the benevolent,
no.
The tithe, and the fund. About 7.
And no judgment. No judgment on the people who do, because like good for y'all. I think it's a wonderful thing when you have that kind of faith in the people who are leading you.
Yeah. I mean,
that's all. It's all fine and well, but me
people to do it. You definitely need people to do it because the church have to keep the lights on. So definitely understand that part, but still.
Yeah.
And like you said, people are very adamant. Like people are very faithful. They're faithful givers and cheerful givers, or whatever you want to call them. But for me,
and if I was in a position like when I was in church, honestly, financially, if I was in a position where I could give more, I probably would because I like to give. But you're not going to make me feel bad because I can only give you a few dollars. Like that, I don't understand that. I feel like that's where you've crossed the line. You receive what you receive, and that's it. Like, and again, like you said, I understand. But I know back in the day, there would be pastors who also had a job.
That part.
The church wasn't their job. They had a job outside of what they did on Sunday.
So where did the aha moment happen? When they felt like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on here. You mean to tell me I ain't got to work a job? Where did that happen?
Yeah. I think when the churches started getting bigger and more glamorous, then people felt like, ooh, this is nice. Right? I don't know. Because I'm not in that. I don't have a church brain. So I can't understand it.
The fact that there are a lot of people, like, okay, just think about it this way. Because I was just about to say this. People are cheerful givers, right? Like they want to give, right? So the more you play, I get more sometimes if I'm in the spirit. If you got me and I'm like, oh, snap, church is something, like you feeling it, right? I feel like then the energy shifted that way to play on the emotions and the heartstrings of those folks, right? To make them want to give more. So now it became a more theatrical type of setting to keep that feeling going, to make people want to give, and get people in that feeling. People want to be in your building. That's where you get the bigger choirs. You get more performances. Why? Because you become the church that is live, the church that have all this great music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's when it started shifting, and they started realizing that, wait a minute, of course you need more people in the building, right? How do we get more people in the building? We give them what they want. We know that people, come on, you in church and they singing, you got a good choir up there, you feeling it.
Yes.
You feeling it, right? So give a little bit more of that, and we're going to get a little bit more of this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to have more butts in the seats. Yep. You know what I mean? And more people wanting to be here. And I feel like, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. What I'm saying is I feel like they played on that. And then once social media came around, was right.
It was over. Yeah.
That was it. Because now it becomes a performance in terms of who's the most popular pastor out there. Who's going to give you that, like who TD Jake, like, you know what I'm saying? Like these people that their energy and they know exactly what they're doing. You know what I mean? Exactly. You can get up there and just preach and just say the word, like, okay, and in Jesus. But it's different when you be like, in Jesus. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, it's totally different.
They've mastered the art of connecting with people, right? Yes, like you said. Exactly. Yep. And boosting their morale and the whole nine. Yep. Yeah. And I agree.
And I think that's what happened. And I think that again, I'm not saying don't give. What I'm saying is that I feel like when you got somebody that's making, and they're very funny about this stuff, like they got this thing mastered, like to the point. Some churches you got to, the little thing with the little when you walk in, they got that little stick and you push.
Oh my gosh!
I heard it's churches out there like that.
Yeah, yeah. I heard of one in Philly like that where you had to like put in a PIN code, and if you are not up to date with your tithes and offering, you cannot get in. No, you will not.
Oh, that's Isn't that crazy?
Now that's not enough to literally turn somebody around to another. Go to another church.
But some people look at that. Some people look at that as prestige.
Yeah,
some people look
exactly.
At it like
elite.
Yes.
Yep.
I want to be in that building because if you in here, everybody got money. Everybody, you know what I'm saying?
The click.
and then what happens with that is that now that becomes the new playing field, right? You got all the girls coming in looking for men looking for women. I'm telling you, that's the reason why I just look at it much different than what I did before. It's just too much. It's just
me
too
too.
much.
And it's funny because
became online, like you said, the bed. What you call it? What you call the church when you're at home watching?
Oh, Bedside Baptist.
If churches went away in terms of the brick and mortars, if it was just at home,
you
have 4 churches. You will, because it would no longer be profitable. People wouldn't feel pressure to you know what I mean? To pay,
because you can't say it's for the building. Like the pastors would have nothing to hide behind.
Right.
Look, everybody can give the pastor about $10. That's enough for the Wi-Fi. That's all you need, your Wi-Fi and your laptop.
That's all you need. And you ain't gotta get dressed up. You can wear your slippers and your robe. You wear that black robe anyway.
And turn that camera off. I have to say though, for me, like there is something outside of the clickiness and the judgment, which it shouldn't even be in church, even though we're all human. And I think that's part of it, right? There's this huge contradiction, right? We, as the followers, come into the church and we expect a certain thing from the leaders, just like where even what I was saying about homegirl, whoever she was, this first lady, right? Who am I, just like these other people who gave her a hard time, who am I to judge her and say this is not what you should be wearing at an event? But you're the leader, so there's this certain there's what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, but there's this way that I expect you to present yourself, represent God, right? And on the other side, those leaders also expect us that almost that same thing from us, the followers, because we're the followers. So they're trying to be godlike. They want us to follow them and do the same thing. But if that doesn't happen on either side in the way that it's expected, that's where that contradiction comes in. That's where now you've got these little branches of cliques. That's the one thing I could not stand about church. Why does it have to be? I understand, because we're all human. There's certain groups of people who are going to connect more than others because of whatever it is, your similarities or the things you might have in common. But that doesn't mean that you have to turn and judge this other group of people or this other person as a group nonetheless. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I couldn't stand. However, I sure did love going to church. For one, I loved dressing up to go to church, putting on your Sunday finest.
Right.
But especially for Baptist church, or even most, because there's a handful, probably tons of denominations in the Black church sector. And I just loved a good church service, aside from the sermon, because depending on the denomination, the sermon might be 4 hours long. But I did love, like, the singing. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Tear my soul apart, y'all, because y'all are singing. Now, that's one of the main things I loved about church. And I still, even though I don't go to church and I haven't been in probably 10 years now, I still, when I'm feeling like somebody about to get it, I will put on my church playlist on Spotify and get my soul right. Because of what church represents, which is God. I love myself some God. God loves me, and I know it. So for y'all that are watching, just like Jay said, we're not, atheists or whatever the term is.
We're
not trying to bash the religion.
No, we're not doing that. What we're saying is that you in this church are supposed to be a representation, just like they got on that young lady about what she wore. People look towards the church as a representation of what godly people are supposed to look like. Right?
Exactly. Yep.
So when you are being judgmental, it makes a person feel some kind of way
about it. It's one thing you judging. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, but that's the part. It's because if you're supposed to represent what God wants, right? While we're here on earth, right? He wants to be godly. He didn't say you have to be in the church. He just said, but whatever. Again, you're in that church and you're supposed to be a representation. If you're judging me, I feel like, well, dang, because you're supposed to be at a totally different level, right? Because you're supposed to be, I look at you guys as you might have a different, I guess, relationship with God, because you're there. This is how I know it may sound crazy, because you can still have a great relationship with God not being in the physical church. But what I'm saying is that when you're that committed, when you go to the church and you're involved with the church and you're doing all these things, I feel like, oh, they're actively, what is the word? Not fellowshipping, spreading the gospel. Like spreading, like, this is what you're supposed to do. Like, it's like Jehovah's Witness, right? They go out and they go and spread the word, they spread the gospel, whatever it is, they do those things. I'm just at home doing my own thing. I'm living life. Yes, I have my relationship with God. So yes, you may look at my actions like, damn, if I tell you that I believe in God, you might go, damn, she might not act like, you might judge based on what I am doing. So again, when you're in the church and you're passing judgment, it makes a person that's not in that church feel worse because you're supposed to have a certain level of what is the word? I can't even think of the word. But expectations. Like I feel like you're like people. I expect you to be to. Damn, I can't even think of the word. I can't even think. I feel like we hold you up to a higher standard in terms of not being judgmental because you should know better, if that makes sense, right?
It does. And I think that's the contradiction I'm talking about. Like it clashes because they have an expectation of us, the followers, the same way that we have an expectation, when honestly, the godly way is to just let people be. As long as nobody is harming anybody else, let people be. You know, that's just it. For you, for the mother of the church to come to you and cover your legs, what are you telling these men that they are allowed to do if your legs aren't covered? Why aren't we looking at the men and saying, ho ho now? I said ho ho. Don't ho ho now. You know, like, why is it that you got to put this certain standard or expectation on the women?
Right.
But
like
you're not looking at that men. You're not looking at the men and saying, don't even. Right. Period. Don't even, because we're not doing that here.
So the expectation is different for men than it is for the females in the church?
Right. Right.
Like, can the men not contain themselves?
Exactly.
They had a meeting, right? We had an event for the females, right? And we were supposed to read the book called The Mad Hatter or something of that nature, right? And they were talking about those things, talking about how women, there was this one young lady that was like of the world, and she was, basically like some huzzy type thing, right? And it felt like they were directing the comments to me, and I'm sitting there like, am I the bad goddamn hatter? Like they talking about me? And I remember the one lady said, she said to me, because I was like, well, why does it really matter, like what a person wears? She said, because the pastor has to stay focused. And I was like, is that my issue?
Responsibility?
Right. Like, why would I wear, like, what? I don't understand that part. Like, what I wear distracts the pastor? Like, so that means but this is what I was confused about. And this is what I felt like, is it really about what I had on, or is it just me? Because there were other women in the church that were much thicker, very curvy, right? That were, anything they wore was tight. Right? And they were it's one particular lady, and she was like part of the church, like one of the people's, like deacon or something, and her skirts were like above her knee and her out, and she had a very big butt, right? That's how she came to church every single week. So my whole thing was, well, why can she wear that stuff, and other women that are in the church that's bigger, that's much bigger than I am, that their butts are hanging out of their dresses and no one says a word to them. You know what I mean? I'm not that size, and my clothes I'm not busting out of my clothes, but whatever I wear is an issue.
Right.
It was to the point that I just started wearing pants. I was like, screw it, I wear pants. I don't care.
But well, don't wear those too tight.
Well, yeah. That part too. That part too. I mean,
girl, it don't matter. I went to church with, and maybe I came to church with heels. I mean, I like them. I don't know. They were long, they were tall heels. However,
you had stilettos on?
They were close to it. They were close to it, but I liked them. They were comfortable. I thought they looked cute. I thought I looked cute. Everything was still modest that I had on, but I still got stares. Not everybody, but some of the older, more mature church women who had their hats on, they were looking and rolling their eyes. But why? Again, it just goes back to that, especially if you're going to put yourself in a position where you're supposed to be the leader.
Right.
Why are you turning your eye to me?
Right.
To judge me?
And you had to be young because you haven't been in church for a long time.
No, won't be back. Bedside
Yeah,
Baptist, if nothing else. Spotify. That's okay. I get my church from Spotify and any conversations I might have with church folk that I respect.
That's a shame. It's a shame. And that's
it is what it is though, at the end of the day.
If you guys, have any of these same thoughts or whatever the case and wanted to chime in and share some of your experiences from the church, how things may have changed. It's just sad because I used to, like, I was just saying it the other day, like, damn, I really want to go to church because sometimes you do have a moment, right, where you feel like I just need to be around some positive, which you quote unquote positive people, to help kind of dig you out of your little funk. And like you said, you can turn on your little Spotify, but sometimes you want the fellowshipping, right? You want to be in that space.
Yeah.
Feel like, it's nothing like a great old fashioned church hug, when you're going through certain things. But
True.
it's
Very
different
true.
when I never one time, girl, I was like, I was going through. I was just going through, and I'm at the church, and this when you get into the whole theatrics. I was at the church and they were praying, and I'm at the altar, and I was just like, I'm crying or whatever the case. She was trying to lay me on the floor. I was like, girl, I ain't like, I'm not passed out. Like, I'm good. But I felt like she was trying to encourage me to just kind of go with the flow.
Go ahead and fall out.
I was like, girl, I'm good. I just wanted to hug. I was just having a moment or whatever the case.
Right.
But I felt like that's all. Think about it. It's all a part of. I'm not saying they're faking. I'm not saying it.
No.
I'm saying people are faking. I just said,
but some people are. That's the thing too.
Yeah.
Some people are. Sometimes it can be hard to trust sometimes.
Yeah.
Because again, the contradiction. I used to live next to somebody who went to church often and was just as ratchet as she wanted to be. And crazy.
Wait. You said you live near them?
I used to live next door to somebody who was holier than thou, but was a mess. Evil as all get out, honey. I would not turn my back. I wouldn't turn my back to this person in my own house when she was next door in her own house. I'm not putting my back against any wall that connected to hers. No. What? So it just sometimes it can be hard when, especially like having that experience, and then again what we went through with Canaan, when Daddy was at Union, and I got little hints of like gossip about him. I forget what the gossip was, but that's what made me leave Union. I'm like, like, what is going on? I know we're human, but do you guys have any kind of self-control? Like, we're human, so it can be in here, but why do certain things and certain actions have to be said and done by these leaders? Like, again, it's up to those individuals to control themselves, not anybody else. It's nobody else. If you have decided and committed to being one of God's people, what's the word I'm looking for in that sense?
Servant.
Yes. Like, and spreading the good gospel and the word, I'm sorry, you really need to hold yourself up to this a way better standard than you're expecting from everybody else. Exactly. Like look at these monks. These serious monks out here don't even talk. That's how committed they are, honey. Don't. I want to see a real monk. I'm gonna see if I can get them to talk.
They came through here. And
they was quiet. And they had the thing up.
I didn't see them. I just want to know how long did they walk? Like, because apparently they just been walking. Crazy girl. Oh, you going to
no disrespect. No disrespect. No disrespect.
No, it's pretty cool. I love the fact that people were embracing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's cool shit.
Yeah, it really is. But that's my whole point, is that they don't get a bad rap. You get what I'm saying? So
you know
you can't
why?
blame it on all.
It's because they're committed.
Yes.
They're committed, and that's a hard thing. Not even spiritually, religiously. It's hard to commit just on a base level.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? So it's like, if you're gonna be in this, don't play.
You think Russell Simmons was in there?
In Diddy's house?
No, the monk, you know, and he like a monk. What is he like? What is he doing?
Russell Simmons?
What is he doing now? Is he like, what is he doing? He's doing
I don't
something
have a
over there in
clue.
one of those countries. I forgot. But go ahead though. Finish what
I
you're saying.
didn't know that. I didn't know that.
He's doing
No,
something.
that's it. I just think I think that's really what we're speaking to. Like, how committed are you really?
That's
right.
The thing. I feel like if you choose to go into those four walls, then you have a certain level of decorum,
girl,
that you should
listen.
Be adhering to.
Pastor Bullock would go play the lottery, just like how I was, just like this.
No, he wasn't. You saw him?
How committed are you? I didn't see him. I didn't see him, but the rumor mill said, and because I've seen enough of this,
allegedly,
this fella's wrongdoings, allegedly, I believe it though, and I'm gonna believe it. I believe it. I believe it. But that's the thing. How committed are you prepared to be in God's name?
Right.
Don't play with God.
Or start casting stones.
That's
that. Hey.
Yep. If you have faults and you allowed to have faults, so is everybody else.
Right. And I'm not in here. So I can have mine. Because I'm not in here claiming to be a certain
You're not behind the pulpit, right? Because because the followers who come into the church, right? Isn't that like the unsaid, unspoken reason that people go to church? Is to get the word, is to heal, is to, be better, so it's the people who are behind the pulpit.
Right.
It's supposed to be a huge gap between who they are and how they think, speak, act, than the people who are supposed to be learning from them. I don't know. But anyway, girl, I think I might have to play some church music on the way to work tomorrow. I think I will. Mm-hmm.
Why?
I don't know, because I haven't listened to any for a little bit. I haven't listened to it for a little bit. So, I love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people want to have that fellowship, right? They want a fellowship, and they want a place where they belong. Where they feel like they belong and feel welcome and feel accepted. It's just sad that we can't be that place like we used to. Like, take me back to the old days when you go to Tabernacle. Tabernacle? You go to Tabernacle. Yeah. You're going to go to church. You're going to have a good service. Like, you were good the whole entire service.
Yes.
You wanted to go to
got
church.
Food after.
Right. I was getting to the fried chicken, girl. I was getting to... When I walked up into those four walls, Lord Jesus, I smelled that chicken frying downstairs, boy. I was in church like, yes. Praise the Lord. Boy, you were waiting for it. What? Lord, what happened to those days? See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They don't even do that anymore, right? Back then, they did that stuff from the kindness of their hearts. You do that now, you're charging $28 for a plate of 3 wings.
How about that?
Some mac and cheese and some string beans in a roll.
And the mac and cheese ain't even that good.
Tastes like wood. Yes. And the macaroni too. I forgot how the song go. But my point is, get back to those days where people wanted to be there, like, for the right reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, I did want to be there for the chicken. I honestly did. Lord Jesus, that was some good chicken. Some good chicken. I don't know who was in that kitchen. And you used to always want to go to the back. Like, every time I went to church on Sundays, I always wanted to go downstairs to the bathroom because I wanted to see if they were down. If you saw the table
Yep.
set up, you knew it's on and popping. We see the table. I'm like, we go. And I used to always sneak down to the store. There was a store right down the street. Have you ever gone to that store? Did you remember? Did you used to sneak down that store? It was a little corner store right there by the church. I used to
by Tabernacle.
Yes, Lord Jesus.
No.
The mommy had gave me. I had $1. I never forget. They gave me $1 for the little basket, and I act like I put it in. I kept it in my fist, and I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. So I flew right to the store.
These are my confessions.
Yes. You know what? I got me some candy. Yes. Those were the days. But again, that's when church was church.
That's when church was church.
You know, if we can get back to those days, y'all might see me. Y'all might see me. And you still might see me. I'm not saying I'm against all churches. I just want y'all to get your stuff together.
Yeah.
So we can, because there are a lot of lost souls out there, right? That need something.
Yeah.
You know, and get back on the streets. Go find those souls. You know, I don't even think they're even doing that anymore. Where's a lot of community outreach where you're getting out there and you're trying to bring the souls. Look, we used to have the revivals and all this stuff. We used to go in there with the tents.
The tent service.
Oh man. People would just be walking by, they hear the music, they come in, you go in the tent just to go see what was going on. That happened to me before, and I ended up at a Jehovah's Witness event. I didn't even know because I saw the tents and it seemed like it was all right with me. So I went inside the tent. And then when I saw that watchtower, I said, "Oh Lord Jesus,
well,
out of here." I had to scoot out of
all
there.
right.
Yeah, I scooted. But still, it's just the thought that people are seeking for that feeling. I ended up in there. So again, when you get out there and you do that, it sets you apart from everyone else. You know, theatrical. It doesn't seem like it's all for the show. I feel like it's there for all the right reasons. And stop keeping people there for 4 hours. That's not right.
Especially if you're not gonna feed them.
That part. I went to one, but I guess it depends what time the money is though. If 4 hours get you like 8 baskets. But no, there are some churches that I went to this one. No, no, I went to this one church one time, right? It was a non-denominational. Loved it.
You was in and out in 25 minutes, wasn't you?
I was in, they got in the word. I didn't even want to leave. That's how good it was. I was like,
wait.
Yes.
What?
It was so my friend, when I was in Jersey.
Well, them Catholic churches.
No, it wasn't a Catholic church. It was a non-denomination.
Okay.
And she was like, "You want to go to church?" Her name was Desiree. She said, "You want to go to church?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go." Girl, it was good. The choir, they even had choir. So I'm like, they weren't playing. Like everything was like,
bop, bop, bop. Let's go.
They weren't playing, and the word was sweet. It was short and sweet. Said what they said.
And powerful, I bet.
And the basket only went around once. I gave because again, when people are so used to, and I'm not saying all, because you got the ones that are dedicated or whatever, and it's just what it is. They understand what it is. But for the ones that are like me, that I'm already going in with this preconceived notion of this is what it's going to be, I'm already going and guarded up. Like I got my $5 ready. That's all because you already just looking around, you're judging it, right? So when I went there, I wanted to give because I was like, I felt like I wanted to pay them for what they just gave me because it was that good. It was in Philly. I went to Philly. It was nice. I forgot where. It's been it's been a while now. But again, I'm searching for those moments because I will go. I will go to church if I can get that feeling. Everybody was there in like jeans. Some people had dresses on, but it was just like it wasn't like showy. People were in there wearing like crazy stuff. It was just very low key. Everybody was nice. It was good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
And there are some churches like that too. And they seem to be like, I went to Victory is like that. Victory Church on 40.
Oh, really?
Like they're really like, come as you are.
Have you gone?
Yep, me and Tony went one time.
Tony,
girl, can you believe it? We went, but we went to support. We went to support Michaela's boyfriend's family.
Oh, what happened with them?
Yeah, her boyfriend's brother had and a friend were shot and killed.
Oh, the funeral.
So no, it wasn't the funeral. I don't know if they were members. Like, I don't know if one of the families were connected with Victory Church, and they invited the families of whoever the member was of the victims to come to Victory Church for a service. And it was nice, and everybody was dressed people were dressed however they were dressed. Some people were in there with like Timbs and sweatpants. Some people were dressed to the nines. Like, it didn't matter. And it was a pretty good service. The singing wasn't, what I'm used to.
It wasn't him.
I'm used to like we gonna rock. We gonna all rock together. Amazing Grace. I don't even know. No, it wasn't even anything I knew. And so I couldn't even sing along, and that's probably why I wasn't that favorable of the choir, because I didn't recognize any of the songs they were singing. I don't know what it was, and that's all fine and well. However, it was comfortable because how you gonna judge somebody? Right. When everywhere you look, somebody's dressed different. Somebody, you know what I mean? It was like all walks of life was in that church. Wow. So that kind of a church, if you mix that with a Baptist service, I might be there. I don't know. So, but I do think
Baptist. You consider yourself, like, if you were in church, you would consider Baptist.
Well, because I grew up in Baptist church, so sure. But a lot of Black churches, which are, can be different denominations. I've been to a couple different denominations also. And I think it's just something about a Black service, and really more so the choir. If I'm going to be, honest, like, we can sing.
But so you can get that in a nice, non-denominational.
Maybe I've never been.
Because the non-denominations, what I love about them is that they're typically very diverse. So the choir is very diverse.
But do they get down when they sing?
They got down, because you got to think about it. We're in a new era now, right? So the music is very trendy, and it's bouncy, and it's, what I mean? You're going to still get that same feeling, but you're getting it from, like, young people. Like, a lot of those kids a lot of people that are in the church are very young. Like, not young, like, you see a variety. It's not like, like maybe an old Baptist church might be a lot of older people, whatever the case. But in these, you see more regular
younger
folks. Like, it can just be. I just feel like there's no rules. Like, when you look around that room, you're like, wow, like, this is really like all walks of life in this building. And that's what I liked about the church. Even the choir, they were dressed in regular clothes. They weren't wearing gowns and all of that stuff. They were in there with regular clothes, and they were purple hair, like, in the energy.
Exactly.
Like, and they were just killing it. And I was just like, yes, I love this. I would have kept going. I just think driving to Philly was just like, nah, I don't want to drive to Philly every day.
So maybe Victory is they might be I don't know if they non-denominational or not. I have no idea.
It may be non-denominational.
But what you're describing sounds like what I experienced at Victory. Yeah, but except for the one part when they called everybody up to the front.
To do what?
To, like, have prayer. But I was peeping because I was new. So I was just, like, peeping, trying to see what's going on. Like, okay, we gonna all pray or whatever. But then people was, like, walking around, like, I'm looking like, why they all, it was like this group of men, and then they all, like, splintered and started, like, weaving themselves in the group of people that was standing up the front. And I'm looking like, what did
the altar call? What did the altar call?
I mean, sure, but we were already up there. If the pastor's up front, like, praying, we all supposed to be focused on what he's saying.
But they do walk around and they kind of put, like, for the people, and they go over there and pray on people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
None I'm used to. I wasn't used to that. So I'm looking like
they will do that. They, that didn't happen where I was at. But I'm just saying, though, that happens in a lot of like regular Baptists and so forth.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Maybe.
The goal is for you to feel it to the point that you sign up.
Right.
So they come around and they put the pants on, put a little bit,
No. So that was the only thing for me. I was like, hey, I'm like, what? I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
I just kept turning. Every time I saw one coming, I just would turn.
With my purse.
Yeah. Go that way. Go that way. But yeah, again, I just want to reiterate, like, there's so much good in that you can receive from church.
Yes.
And it's just sad that it could take sometimes one bad experience to turn you around.
And don't be to get the bad experience. Don't do that.
Exactly. Yeah. All right.
This was definitely enlightening.
It was a good conversation.
I didn't think it was going to go this far. Honestly, didn't. But it's just, that should tell you something. That this is a conversation that should be had. Especially as a churchgoer, things that you should be thinking about in terms of trying to bring people into the church. These are things you should be thinking about, and how people are feeling.
Yeah.
But how I am feeling like, again, I know. I gotta squeeze one in there for you, kids. Hey. All right. I got a game for you kids. I'm gonna be
game for me.
I got a game for you. I said to myself, okay, because sometimes, we trying to do the game. I said, I think it'd be kind of cool if we rotate sometimes. Like, okay, this week you'll do the game, and the next week I'll do the game. I said this week I'm going to do the game, so that way I could trick you up. Since I'm always
you trip me up, damn it.
Since I'm always messing up on mine, so I said, I'm gonna get you on this one. So I have a game, and it's called.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Who am I? So basically, what I wanted to do was, I'm gonna describe people. It could be like R&B singer, something of that nature, and then based on my description, you got to tell me who it is. Okay.
Okay.
Do you understand it?
I do. Okay. You better do well, damn it.
Huh? What? Read the questions?
Yeah.
No, I got you. I know the answers. I got you. I got you.
All right.
All right. Ready. First one. I'm the queen of hip hop soul. The queen of hip hop soul came up in the 90s, and my music feels like therapy. Who is it?
Oh, wait, therapy. I don't know, but you got me thinking about Mary J. Mary J.
Yeah. You good job. Okay.
Y'all couldn't see me busting down her dance. I was busting it down.
Okay. One down. All right, here's another one. I cross R&B and pop, right? My choreography is legendary, and my control was unmatched. Who am I?
Janet Jackson. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Oh no, that's Sierra. I just sang.
Oh, okay. All right. Look at
Rhythm Nation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't remember the part after that.
I'll wait for what's the next part?
No.
All right. Okay. Got that one.
Okay. 2 for 2.
All right. Here's another one. My voice is soft. This is round 2. My voice is soft but powerful. I came out young, and my harmonies are iconic.
One person?
One person. All right. My voice is soft but powerful.
Yeah.
came out young. She was young. Her voice is powerful.
Yeah.
And harmonies. And I'm gonna give you another. I'm gonna give you a little hint. And she had a show.
And she had Brandy.
Brandy.
Okay. Oh, that was my girl.
Yes.
Sitting up in my room, just now thinking about you.
Yes. All right, here's another one. The neo soul royalty, known for head wraps, incense vibes, and poetic lyrics. Incense. Come on, girl.
Erykah Badu?
Yes. Look at you.
Okay.
You smart. All right. Here's another one. I sing heartbreak like nobody else. My voice is dramatic and my ballads hurt.
Say it again.
I sing heartbreak like nobody else. My voice is dramatic and my ballads hurt. Just think.
I mean, is it like Keith Sweat?
It's a female.
Oh, are these all females? It's a female. Okay, say it again then.
I sing heartbreak like nobody else. My voice is dramatic and my ballads hurt.
A female.
Her voice is sultry. She got sisters. She has sisters.
Toni Braxton.
Yes.
Good Lord.
Yes.
You should have been like, her heartbreak. Heartbreak. Maybe I would have got it faster.
I couldn't get that low. I was thinking about it. I would have fucked it up. All right. Here's another one. Let me see. I was part of the legendary girl group. Went solo, and my vocals are unmistakable.
Beyonce.
Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Here's one. This might be a bonus for you. I had a raspy tone, deep emotion, and my career was tragically short. You're not gonna know this one.
Say it again.
She used to sing. Okay, I had a raspy tone, deep emotion, and my career was tragically short. She used to sing with "She's a very freaky girl."
Oh, Tina Marie? Isn't that her name?
Yeah.
Her voice was raspy. Was it?
I didn't think it was considered raspy, but whatever.
I mean, when you said it, the first person I was thinking of was T-Boz from TLC.
Oh shucks.
But then I was like, well, her life didn't end tragically.
All right, so hold on. I got a couple more.
Okay, I'm here for the game.
You're doing so good.
That's because you trying to trip me up. That's why.
I sing about love, lust, and healing, and my concerts feel intimate and soulful. Soulful. I sing about love, lust, and healing, and my concerts feel intimate and soulful.
Soulful.
Who is a soulful singer? Who's a soulful singer?
Is it Aretha Franklin?
Girl, 90s.
Did you say 90s? You never said 90s.
Is it 90s?
Okay. Did it say 90s
no,
in the clip?
It's not 90s. No, it's not 90s.
But it's not Aretha Franklin either.
It's not Aretha Franklin.
Soulful. Because you keep saying soulful. Soulful.
She's from Philly.
That ain't telling me nothing.
Oh my God.
Oh. Jill Scott.
Yes. I'm like,
oh Lord.
I'm about to say her husband was the top.
You tripped me up with soulful.
Because I feel like her music is like that soul, that neo soul type feeling. All right. I don't know. I came up in the 90s. My voice is powerful and I'm known for vocal runs. All right, let me try to give you some more hints. I came up in the 90s. My voice is powerful, and I'm known for vocal runs.
Is it what you call it? My girl. Damn. The one who always shows up late at the concerts. What's her name?
Yeah.
From the Fugees. What's her name?
She's not known for runs.
Well, I don't know if she's known for them, but she does them very well.
Okay. She runs.
Shut the hell up.
Well. All right. So this one is from, I believe, Jersey or New York. But she was out in the same era as Mary J.
Is she still relevant?
It depends.
Oh Lord.
It depends. In what neighborhood? What? Did I say something? All right, I'm gonna tell you. Faith Evans.
Girl, I would not have. What did this mean?
You know her.
She smoked crack? She sniffed.
I don't know. Her and Stevie J be getting to some stuff. I don't know.
I don't even know Stevie J.
You don't watch Love and Hip Hop?
She's on that?
She was on something.
Oh wow. No.
All right. So I think that's it. That's it. Oh. Hey. All right.
That was good. Okay, that was good, sis.
I thought it was different. I wanted to bring something different to you guys.
Yep.
But if you guys have any ideas, please share them. However, tonight was definitely a great topic. Again, we don't want to hurt any. We're not trying to bash the church, and we're not trying to offend anyone. We just felt like we wanted to have those conversations, those, tough conversations. That people, I feel like sometimes people don't want to talk about these things because of those cliches. They don't want to feel like that they're bashing the religion or the bashing churches or so forth. Right. We're not trying to do that.
That's because the church is so connected to God. I think, you know what I mean? The church is so connected to God as it should be, so it's like people feel like if they can easily get offended, like you said, because it's like blasphemy.
Yeah. And
but that's not our intent.
The goal, like I said, is to talk about why, just in our opinion, at least based on our lives,
experience,
on why we left the physical church. We didn't leave God. We just kind of strayed away from the church. And I feel that it's important to know why people feel the way we feel, because I feel that it's an opportunity for you to change that. Those what is the word? Like change their views and how they view the church. By doing better. Because we want to be in the church. People want to be in the church. And I'm sure you guys want them to be in the church too. Again, keep those things in considerations when you invite people to your church, to make sure that that they're getting what they're supposed to get out of it, and that people know that people are one step away from quitting the church if you're being judgmental. So just my thoughts. So again, guys, if you guys can share with us, like, what part of church culture do you guys struggle with the most? That you wanted to share about. Please put it down in the comments.
Please do.
So yeah, with that being said, kids, what are you doing this week? Anything good?
No. Well, it's my hubby's birthday. Bam, bam, bam.
Wait,
where's the applause? Where's the applause?
Wait, when's his birthday? Hold up. When's his birthday?
His birthday is Friday.
Hey, okay, what y'all doing?
Yes, I don't even know yet. I'm waiting on him to tell me what he's trying to do. So, who knows?
Trying to think. What could y'all do?
It might be low key. We might hang out with one of our neighbors. I think his birthday is around the same time as Andre's. We might, just do that and stay local. We might go somewhere. Yeah. So I'm letting him call the shots on it. We'll see. We'll see.
Oh, but happy birthday, brother Low.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy.
Yep. What you getting into?
What am I doing for the rest of the week? I was supposed to be at work, but I'm off with L'Oreal to finish off some other things with her. She had a doctor's appointment, so I'll be doing that. And working on some things, and you guys are gonna hear about that soon.
Okay, all right. Applause.
Yeah. Oh, let me give myself a little round of applause.
Right. Give yourself an applause, girl.
So working on a couple things with Lori. So you guys will hear about that shortly. I'll tell you about that. Yeah. So that's what I got going on. So okay, guys, thank you guys for coming. Make sure
everybody
are going to our. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment. Please go to our For Real Sis page. Our Facebook is For Real Sis. Make sure that you guys click and follow, so that way you guys can be up on all of the updates, all that good stuff. Any little snips or anything that we're going to be releasing, you guys will get them first. So definitely thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming. Love you.
Thank you. Love y'all.
Yeah. Pick up your phone. Incoming, I'm just getting home. Drama online shit is crazy. They talking about me, don't faze me. Come on, y'all, come sip that tea. Kick your shoes off and just be free. I'm tired, but I got a story, and this shit is better than Maury. Just comment, like, and subscribing, man, ladies. Just click online and make the